Hey Trailblazers, we've got a huge update on all the upcoming banners in Honkai Star Rail, covering everything from version 3.2 to 3.7. If you're wondering whether to spend or save your stellar jade, this breakdown will help you plan ahead. Keep in mind that leaks are always subject to change, so take this information with a grain of salt. Hey guys, before we continue further, if you're planning to pull for your favorite waifu, husbando, or maybe any of the rerun units in this version, listen up because I've been using Loot Bar, and it lets you save up to 23% on all your purchases. Just to show you how good this deal is, I bought a 6480 Oneiric shard pack for only $79, while the same pack costs about $100 in the in-game shop. Topping up is super simple. All you need to do is enter your UID, select your server, and in just a few minutes, you'll receive your jades. And yes, if it's your first purchase, you'll still get the double top-up bonus, just like in-game. What's even better is that Loot Bar isn't just for Honkai Star Rail. You can also top up in Genshin Impact with the same discounts. With thousands of 5-star reviews, it's a safe, reliable, and cheaper way to get more value for your money. And here's the best part. If you use my link in the description or the pinned comment, you'll get an extra 8% off on top of all the other discounts. So, if you're looking to pull more for less, check out Loot Bar now. Starting with version 3.2, we have two new characters, Castores and Anaxa. Castores is a quantum remembrance unit who scales off max HP, serving as the main DPS in combat. Meanwhile, Anaxa is a wind erudition unit who works well in dual carry teams but can also function as a hyper carry. The rerun lineup is also shaping up to be interesting. In Phase 1, Castores will be joined by a triple rerun featuring Dr. Ratio, Acheron, and Jiaoqiu, with the featured 4 stars being Pella, Lynx, and Gallagher. In Phase 2, Adventurine will return alongside Anaxa, with featured 4 stars including Dan Hum and Serval. Notably, Sunday, who many expected to return due to a synergy with Castores, won't be getting a rerun this time. However, the surprise return of Dr. Ratio, a single-target DPS with powerful follow-up attacks after over a year, is something many players will be happy about. There's also a major rumor floating around about a new banner system in version 3.x. Leaks suggest that Honkai Star Rail may introduce a special banner featuring buffed older characters, similar to Genshin Impact's Chronicled Wish system. If true, this would significantly change how reruns work, making standard 5-star characters and older limited units much more valuable. Hoyoverse has already confirmed that older units will receive buffs, and if they start with standard banner characters before moving on to limited 5 stars, this could make saving for reruns far more rewarding. Moving on to version 3.3, this update will introduce Hyacinth and Cypher. Hyacinth is a wind remembrance unit who serves as a healer or sustain, making her one of the few support options for this path. Her memo sprite, a white horse, suggests a unique playstyle that could shake up the remembrance meta. Cypher, on the other hand, remains a mystery. Her path and element are still unknown, but she is rumored to be a DPS focused on additional damage effects. If these leaks hold true, she could bring a new dimension to damage-dealing mechanics in the game. Version 3.4 is where things get even more exciting. This update marks the debut of Phenon, a physical destruction unit tied to one of the most unique mechanics we've seen yet, the day and night system. This system, hinted at in Divergent Universe 3.1, is expected to play a major role in Phenon's kit. During the day, his abilities will focus on setting up buffs, generating energy, and preparing for a stronger night phase. Once night arrives, he'll unleash stored energy for massive burst damage, potentially activating special effects based on how well his day cycle was managed. If his ultimate plays a key role in shifting between these states, timing will be crucial to maximizing his potential. But the biggest highlight of version 3.4 is the rumored Fate/Stay Night collaboration. Leaks suggest that this update will introduce Saber, Artoria Pendragon, as a 5-star unit and Archer, Amiya, as a 4-star unit. While their kits remain a mystery, their arrival alone has already made this one of the most anticipated updates in Honkai Star Rail history. This would also mark the game's first ever major collaboration, meaning Hoyoverse could be planning something huge to celebrate it. Version 3.5 will bring even more new characters, starting with Hyzelins, a physical remembrance unit focused on damage over time mechanics. Unlike Kafka and Black Swan, who apply passive effects that trigger over time, Hizalin's kit is rumored to revolve around stacking multiple dots and then detonating them all at once for devastating burst damage. If she has access to duration extensions, or multipliers, she could become a core enabler for teams, reducing their reliance on multiple setup units. Meanwhile, Sarydra, another Remembrance character, is expected to be a 5-star support who synergizes directly with Phaenon's day and night system. Her abilities will likely boost energy generation and extend buffs during the day while amplifying burst damage at night, making her an ideal partner for Phaenon. Version 3.6 will introduce one of the biggest shifts in the game yet, alternate versions of 2 existing characters. Danhun will take on a completely new role as a fire preservation unit, focusing on tanking and defensive capabilities. Meanwhile, March 7th will undergo a dramatic transformation, becoming an ice remembrance unit. This won't be just a minor tweak. These are full reworks with new elements, abilities, and potentially even different playstyles from their original versions. Originally, Dan Heng's alternate form was expected in version 3.4, but with both he and March 7th debuting together in version 3.6, it's clear that Hoyoverse is making this update a major event. Finally, version 3.7 will bring the long-awaited Cyrene, a 5-star remembrance unit. Alongside her, a 4-star support character will also be introduced, specifically designed to complement her abilities. While details on Cyrene are still scarce, she is rumored to be a direct upgrade to the Remembrance Trailblazer, potentially offering new ways to apply debuffs and control enemies. Looking at everything from version 3.2 to 3.7, it's clear that Honkai Star Rail is heading into one of its most stacked update periods yet. With meta-defining DPS units, groundbreaking collaborations, anniversary releases, and even full character reworks, there's a lot to look forward to. Whether you're planning to pull for one of the powerful new units, saving for a long-awaited rerun, or just excited about the upcoming mechanics, the next few patches are going to be game-changing. So, which character are you saving up for? Let's talk about it in the comments.